For almost 300 years, the great authoritarian immortal dragonborn Olivine has ruled over the material realm of Silvernell. His fear of the water has kept him above the silver seas, yet he found an alliance with the evil mermaids of Eudothia to carry out his bidding. Over the years, the Genasies of the underwater kingdom of Azir have narrowly fought back the mermaids thanks to its just ruler, King Thryne, and his daughters. But times are changing. Olivine has died. The world of Silvernell is reborn. This is the story of a kingdom after war.
Everybody, and welcome back to the Adventures in Silvernell, the homebrewed fantasy world setting for our online game of Dungeons & Dragons 5e. I'm your game master, Scott Nicholson. Hello, here to play with 5 of my favorite people: Margaret Alice, Alyssa Causey, Michael Jackson,
hello there,
Andrew Krug,
hey,
and Erica Webb. Hi everybody, if you're watching us on Twitch tonight, don't forget you can use Rooter points, which are channel points on our Twitch. The more you just simply watch, leave it up on your computer, or comment, get those comments in, you build those Rooter points, and then at the bottom, you can spend them to make things happen in the game live. Like, help them or hurt them. It's crazy what you can do. So make sure you do that. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, thank you so much. Please hit like and share so we can build our audience. We also have a Patreon, The Adventures in Silvernell. We have a TikTok.
We're about to drop some bonus content too. Into the Expanse is getting a new landing page, and somebody might have convinced the GM to do an item by item Easter egg video.
Hey, so Patreon basically it's a whole new world of content.
Yep.
A whole new world.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Which reminds me, do not forget, Into the Expanse, it will be this Friday. But then, we're moving to a new slot.
We have 2 more Fridays.
2 more episodes. Okay, that's what I was looking at. I was like, I'm saying something wrong? We're moving to Tuesdays, so that is going to be...
actually, technically, I think we have 3.
It eventually will go to Tuesdays.
We do. It's coming. We have a quick turnaround because we're super ambitious like that, and we just love playing. So our last Friday is Friday the 17th, and then not even a week later, you get your next episode on Tuesday the 21st.
That's dope. And we're bringing in a new player, too. So we're stacking the roster. It's going to be really fun. You can check all this out on YouTube. All our content is there. All right. Let's get into it. Glad to have you back, Alyssa. Last time on episode 13. Aboard the Bakwajir ship, the princesses of Azir and Elena Boggins head to the Island of Fear, after Elena discovers Sylvana Darkwater might have been an illusion. Her family might still be on the island. Upon arrival at the island, the crew quickly finds the island is showing them fears and not reality. After some mistakes and some minor inconveniences, the princesses literally stumble on top of Alden Boggins, which they strap to their backs and keep moving forward. The princesses come face to face with the queen, the king, and an island full of judgy eyes, from the Azirian command to shark folk. But before mother and father could spit out their illusionatory bile, Mizu silences the area, and they keep their eyes forward as they move. Eventually, they climb an invisible mountain and find the rest of the Boggins family: Julius, Lydia, and Cassia. Everyone finds their way off the island and makes it back to the ship, where Venfira has been asleep, because they didn't quite feel too good after the Isle of Red. Everyone finds their way back to the ship, and we now return tonight as they have sailed out of the Island of Fear, heading straight towards Jahmith. Before we begin, because she was asleep, Venfira, I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
first thing that I get to do in the game, and it's make a saving throw.
Yes.
That's always a really good sign.
Fun adventure.
18, 28.
Okay. No, good. Cool. All right, so as you guys are riding along, you know what? We'll just start here. Vinfira, you wake up. I imagine you either laid on that couch or the bed.
I was definitely in bed.
Okay.
Took advantage of nobody else being there.
Yeah, you wake up on that bed. It looks like the sun is high up in the sky. It's a beautiful blue day out that window. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh. How long was I out for?
Long enough, I hope.
Arista pops into the room to answer the question. Is everybody else in the room?
Seer's on the roof.
Okay.
Or on the
So
the
Arista's
deck.
in there? Okay.
Celia will be down there.
Mizu would be where the family is. That they just reunited, still chatting with them.
Oh,
Okay.
I slept like the dead. In a great way, actually. I really did need that.
Glad you're feeling better.
Trust me, I am too. It felt like my stomach was doing somersaults. It was honestly very unpleasant.
As you lean up in the bed, your body is brought back down to the bed, and as you look at your arms, it seems to be like electricity that is like stable within a almost like gassy tube. Like it's not a solid, this tube, but it's clear and transparent, but holds all that electricity inside that's binding your arms and your legs to the bed.
Please tell me that you're playing a joke, Arista. Otherwise, I might have to actually worry.
It's fine. You're okay.
What are you talking?
It's okay.
Doesn't seem like something I would do.
I was just pulling a card, and I hoped it was the right one, and clearly it was not. Why am I electrically static bound to my... And it's not even my bed, it's this bed. What's going on?
It's best to just relax, and once we arrive, we'll get things sorted out.
You mean I have to just lay here?
It would be easier for all of us, absolutely.
What happened when I was asleep?
You just took a long nap.
I'm not convinced.
That's okay.
No insight check at all because you know Celia, and you know Celia's telling the truth.
Celia, are you sober?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh.
It would be irresponsible for me to, go throughout this whole thing impaired in any way. It's much too important.
Oh. Yes, of course. That is such a thing that Celia would say. Arista, come here. Yes. Why is she being so mature and serious right now? It's kind of throwing me off.
Well, there's serious business to be taken care of.
What is the serious business?
The business.
Okay, I'm just going to have to get filled in at a later point when I'm not bound to the bed, I suppose.
Down the steps walks Bubbles. Ha ha! Arista, what did we say about talking to the prisoner? Don't let her get into your mind. Hi, Vinfira. Walks back up the
Prisoner?
stairs.
What is the meaning of this?
Arista scampered up the stairs after Bubbles.
Celia, what is going on?
Year makes her way down the stairs, hearing that Vinfira is waking up.
Seer, what is happening?
Yeah, that's definitely where I was going to get you.
Seer kind of walks in. She's got like her shell in her hand is kind of glowing with that shillelagh like energy. Her like armor is clad, and she's kind of looking at you, and she's like, "Yeah, you. I really didn't expect this from you, but I guess you just gotta expect anything from anyone. If I've learned anything in my life."
What are you not expecting? I've been asleep. What's going on? Can someone just explain to me what's happening?
Sure, you've been asleep. You just can't take a nap and then just forget the things you did before you took the nap, right? That's not how time works. So
What?
we all have one job. You go to your place, you do your thing, and you don't start trouble. And then it's a thing that we joke that Celia would do because she's the drunk. Like, oops, started a war, but no, it was you.
Tries to, like,
I just
lift her
didn't
hands
expect
up.
that. Maybe me.
Nope,
Maybe
strapped to the
Missy.
Tries to, like, lift her hands like, oh, but they just flop back down, and she's like, oh, I don't know how to tell you that I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what happened, so if someone could please explain to me what happened, and not in just, it's very serious business, Vinfira, or, I didn't expect this from you, maybe Celia, but not you, Vinfira. Please, an explanation. I don't know what's happening.
You've been doing this off and on for like 24 hours, and I just don't know how much I can like keep explaining it over to you. Missy.
Humming! As Mizu slowly starts to make her way down the stairs.
I've said it to her at least 6 or 7 times nicely, and I just don't think I can do it again. So perhaps you can do it in that loving, kind manner in which you would lovingly display information to others. But she's all yours. And Seer kind of sits and kind of looks over.
Mizu is gonna saunter over and kind of just look down at Vinvir and go, "You're trapped." And then turns around and walks back next to Seer and takes a seat down.
What? Okay, obviously I got that far. I got at least that way. I have a brain. Clearly, you guys think that I don't. Look, I don't know how many times I have to say I don't know what's going on, and I just woke up. So can you please explain to me what's happening?
Okay, princesses! As Bubbles comes down, we have a problem. We have a good thing and a bad thing. What would you like first?
Good thing.
The good thing. The good thing is we don't have to go all the way to Eudothia to take the prisoner to them to sacrifice. They're here. They tracked us down and coming after the ship. Now for the bad news. If we just leave with the prisoner, then they're gonna follow us. So I suggest we just leave her in the ship here. 2 birds, 1 stone, and we abandon ship.
What?
I think that sounds good, but
That sounds like the same.
it'd probably be easier if we were to just throw her off the ship.
What?
Oh yes, could we throw her to them?
Well,
That
she can
is
swim
true.
pretty well, and I don't know if the shackle's gonna work.
That's
off
right.
the
If
boat.
she's shackled to this, it's like a free eating season. They'll come in and just tear her apart.
Oh.
I mean, what if we, like, tie her to something? We can probably find something heavy, throw her and that overboard.
Boom! The whole ship rocks. I think we're out of time, so whatever we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to do it real quick.
Okay, let's.
Wait.
Oh, you don't want to say your goodbyes first, Rissy? That's your sister, after all.
Oh.
Bubbles
One down.
pats Alyssa on the shoulders. It's okay. No one knew your sister was a traitor. And looks over at Vinfira. And all because you had to fuck some army musclehead.
What?
Okay,
Lily, your thoughts?
I'm out! Bubbles is gonna jump out the window.
What?
Celia, you get anything you want to say before,
Some things are probably left better unsaid. She kicks a window through, jumps out.
Ooh, drama.
The drama.
Missy?
Mizu, what are you? You cannot possibly. Come on.
Bye! As Mizu jumps out after Celia right on
She's
her
like
tail.
yelling, like loud, like Mizu.
Vinfira of Azir, you have been found guilty of treason and starting a war. It's kind of crazy that you started a court system and then got like caught by your own court system because you forgot how your court system worked. That's a very, again, Celia thing to do, but this is the best way to save the kingdom. So I guess thanks for like being a good princess and not running away and making this really difficult. I mean, we didn't let you run away, so.
What have you? She's just sputtering, not really able to form any words.
I'm not really scared of merfolk, so if you have any last words, I'd love to hear them. I could just tell the others.
What the fuck?
Sounds about appropriate. Alright. And Seer kind of goes full, like, necrotic and just takes on all the death around her and kind of poops out the window as, after Celia.
Vinfira is just yelling, just explicative after explicative, just like cursing all of your names, just like, what are you all doing? This isn't fucking funny.
It's quiet. Everything gets really quiet. You can hear just the water outside before you just kind of look around and they're getting tighter on your wrist. You feel the ship start to rock, just slowly. And at that window comes these slimy green hands that you recognize from your work in Eudothia, and another hand, and just slowly more hands. They pull themselves up through the window, and you just see that gelatinous sort of green swampy skin that looks of the merfolk, as you see these males and females just kind of come into the room completely naked like they do in Eudothia, and this room is standing as they've just got seaweed pulling off their heads. Looks like scars all over their faces. And one woman steps up.
Wait. I don't know what's going on, but you're wrong. I was asleep. I had no part in what's happening. You have to believe me, please. Please. I don't know what's happening. Please don't kill me. No. I can't explain, but I could if you just gave me the time to... Come on.
Vinfira, I have so much to thank you for. Because of you, we have found an end to the Azirian kingdom.
What?
We have tracked you and your sisters. As of now, your kingdom is surrounded. Your father and your mother's blood will belong to the merfolk. And you can do nothing. You really are the most pathetic creature in this ocean.
What are you... What's it? Why?
Goodbye.
No.
Right in your mouth. Jams it through the back of your throat. You don't die immediately. You feel the back of your head. You feel the air kind of coming into your throat as if you took a big gasp of air, but you didn't because there's a big pole sticking out of your mouth at the end with her hands as her eyes are glowing in front of you. And she just slowly twisted it so this mossy, wet wood just rubs the sides of the back of your throat as you feel the blood rising up your mouth. That feeling of, oh yeah, water, but it's not water because you're inside the ship. As it kind of fills your eyes, as things kind of go dark, they all just kind of lean in. And right before the life goes out of your eyes, you feel the slow picking as they're all taking bits of your flesh as souvenirs for this story in the future. Everything goes dark. And then you wake up on the same bed, not strapped down, the whole Boggins family around you and your sisters around you. Now you gain those experience points from the Island of Fear.
Fear.
Yeah.
One of us.
Thought you were gonna get out of it.
Not with an 18.
She just makes an incomprehensible series of noises.
Mizu's
like you've seen a
definitely
ghost.
in the room, so her head turns and she's like, she's up.
And we're just around her like,
Is this real? I'm awake, right? You're not gonna.
oh, it's
Please
like,
tell me this is actually really happening.
Isle of Fear hangover. Yeah, this is real. I don't know how we can prove that to you. Believe in yourself. Often it's a thing that can never really happen. That helped me get through mine. So
Okay.
Malcolm.
That's great. But you guys, I didn't start a war, right? I didn't start a war, and I'm not going to be sacrificed to mermaids. That's not going to happen, right? Because that's
Not yet, I guess.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. You can look at me. I can't lie to you. You did not start a war. We just saved Elena Boggins, and we are headed to Yama.
Jahmith.
Oh.
And I mean, that part might even sound a little crazy, but like, I swear we did it. Like, I swear they're real too.
Oh. Okay. That's great. I mean, at least I didn't screw up my own court system. Celia, I need a drink, please. Something. Anything.
Gavin, just for a drink.
Celia, do you have any alcohol in your bag? I believe you drank everything from Shark Food Island.
Yeah, probably. I don't have anything like noted in my
It was just some generic
equipment.
bottles put in from the bar at home, right?
I think so.
Okay.
But I probably drank a lot of that on the way to Shark Food Island.
Exactly. You have one bottle left.
Yep, I can make a drink for you. Absolutely. She takes a bottle out of her coat, turns around, pours water into a glass, spits in it. Here you go.
Benfira doesn't even notice. She's like just sitting there, like trying to comprehend that this is like actual reality.
I don't want to roll a perception check. I'm good.
And just takes it. And it's like, thank you. And just
Careful, it's kind of strong.
no hesitation.
Yeah. You might get so drunk that you just like reset and become sober again. It's that good. That
Wow.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh. She like slams the cup down like the nearest table surface. I really don't think I should sleep that long again.
Well, if it would help, we could all talk about the thing we saw. It was, a pretty heavy thing. We had the perk of like also saving people, so like we got to rationalize reality. But if you wanted to, talk about it, what you saw, we could do that.
I'm supposed to talk about my feelings? Okay.
If you want to,
I mean, you all were sacrificing me to the merfolk because I started a war and I was a traitor and they were surrounding the Azerian kingdom and it was just it was a mess. It was a very big mess and it was one that was not very easily cleanable and it was just a bad time. A very bad time.
Vinfira, as you're talking, you receive a message. A magical message in your mind that you can hear. The contents are of such. Don't come back, my love. Secret plot to kill you. Using me in prison to get you. I'll be fine. I love you. I think.
I love you, I think. Is that what he said? Oh!
Not shooting us up in the foot.
Maybe those are
Vinfira?
two separate thoughts.
She's like is talking and it's just like, and it was just such a. Oh, come on.
What's going on now? Are you like getting another like hangover from the Island of Fear?
Was there more to your story?
It's a different story, and this one sucks.
I mean, now I'm the one that's like, what the hell is going on? Now I'm feel kind of lost. Are you guys lost?
No, I'm totally there with you.
Yeah, like, is this a thing that is related to the... So it's, like, not an Isle of Fear, but it's worse than your fear. So it's kind of like fear, Jason. Okay, we want to talk about it?
It's an annoyance is what it is. I mean, I'm worried and... Okay, you know that... Okay, fine, I'll just come out and say it. You know the boyfriend I have. We all know it. I'm addressing the elephant in the room. I'm addressing it. It's being addressed.
Was that a secret? No one gasped.
Okay. Well, I thought it
We
was.
can't get
No, it's.
But I never heard this before right now.
I mean,
Right.
Vinfira's hot. Like, she looks like us. Why would you be surprised? She has a boyfriend.
I'm surprised she only has a boyfriend instead of like a bunch of boyfriends. It's not a big deal. Anyways,
The surprise is that he's a merfolk, because
that
He's
part
really
is
not
pretty
good.
spicy. That I did not expect. A merfolk was. I'm sorry again.
Well, no, it's fine. I was gonna make a joke that we can just consider it a diplomatic move, but that just felt inappropriate. Point being, he's in jail right now, and there's a secret plot to kill me.
oh,
Sometimes his
Well.
dreams do come true. That was bad. I'll workshop that.
Okay.
maybe take Eudothia off of our itinerary. Just
And he
don't
also-
go there.
And he also said, "I love you." I think. What does that even mean?
Okay, well, I was gonna ask you, was he worth saving? But then you said that, so I guess I can just.
What if he
That one
was?
out.
What if, with the stress of prison, he was just starting another thought and just lost count of how many words he had left?
Poor resource management. Red flag.
Happens to me all the time.
He could have had to send it in secret and been in a rush, or they could be torturing him and his brain's all fuzzy. You don't know.
Well, at
But I
least
can
someone
think.
here believes in love.
I'm just a little jaded. I was gonna. So I will admit I am team, Sea Witch here because he who will not be named. Fuck him in his foot. Okay. But I think, if you want to save him, that could be a thing to do. They can't really kill. They could try to kill a princess, but it's the merfolk. Olivine's dead. That just gives us a reason to kill the merfolk, which I'm always.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's just a lot of them over there, right? There's like
I
a lot
mean-
of them over there.
If he ends up dying, Vinfira can always find another one.
That's not how.
That's true. How do you feel about that?
I don't like how you said
Chris
that.
is just gonna hang her head like this.
They're like people. You all know that, right? They're like people, like us, with brains and feelings and families and thoughts and.
Yeah, those can be the worst
Right,
sometimes.
but feelings are an emotion, and you can fall in love with another person. So technically, I was just saying, like, you could. I do think they're people. I just think they're shitty people, but also you could fall in love with not a shitty person. Not that
I don't think I've
but I think he
ever
is.
met one before, now that I think about it. I mean, maybe when I was little, but...
I know shitty people
That's-
in Wimding. As you look over, the entire Boggins family is just staring at you. Elena goes, "Shh, honey, this is a family
Arissa's
matter."
gonna swat Seer on the forearm for letting the small child hear a bad word.
Bad things happen in the world, Arista. She's got to get used to it. She just conquered her fears.
I think they've dealt with, like, a lot worse in the
Yeah,
past 48 hours.
Wasn't that kid
than-
impaled?
No
He was
need to
impaled.
pile it on, okay?
Okay, hold on, stop. I'm trying to have a pity party here.
Oh,
Listen.
right, sorry. There's a lot of trauma around us. Back to you.
I get it, but they can have their pity party, and I need mine for just 1 second because I just had this horrific nightmare of being eaten, not really alive, by a bunch of merfolk. They were picking me apart piece by piece. It was very grisly. I don't like it.
Well,
You're
would
not
you
making
ever...
a very good case for their personhood.
Do you think this is, like foreshadowing or something?
I really hope it's not. I don't want to be an oracle burdened with the prophecy.
Well, I mean,
foresight.
I know at least part of it can be because I would never betray you. Like, I don't know about the rest of everybody else, but like I would never betray you.
You're the
Sylvia.
least sacrificable person here, I think.
Look
But
who's
was that
talking.
technically betrayal if we had to do it for the kingdom? I think you... Would you turn on the kingdom for your sister? I guess is the question I'd ask there. Sorry, I'm ruining your
Not
pity
an
party.
important conversation.
No,
to
I'm
be
so sorry.
having right now.
Back to the pity party. I get distracted easily.
It's fine. It's fine. I just.
As much as we love waxing philosophical.
We're like, wait a minute. Arissa's
Well,
right.
let's say that it is some kind of foresight, some sort of vision. One, please don't chain me to the bed and let them eat me alive. It was very unfortunate. Two, I don't know. My point is, someone's trying to kill me, and I really don't want to die.
Well, if someone's trying to kill you, then they're trying to kill us, and so we'll make sure you're safe.
I
Is that
feel
good?
as though, yes,
Except for
that's swell. I just something about this isn't quite sitting right with me, and it's not that my boyfriend maybe loves me. He thinks. Ugh.
He did not say maybe.
He did not say maybe. I'll take some solace in that. Point is that his secret plot to kill me and Eudothea, that is a mystery we do need to unravel.
Okay.
That risks undermining the entire stability of the diplomatic alliance that we have going. That risks the entire kingdom's security.
Yeah, Daddy might go to war over that.
What if we just like avoid all assassination attempts, do our thing there, and then dip? Then we're chill.
Or we could just like kill them all.
No.
Let's not forget we can always do this. And Seer turns on her like sailor suit, and she's like, our powerful disguises that Daddy gave us, so we can just not look like us. That'd be useful.
That's true. We could go if you just want to rescue him, or if you just want to get answers to the whole I think thing, then we could disguise ourselves and go there. And maybe if we hear some things, we can try to figure out the assassination plot too. But otherwise, as long as you're not there as you'll be fine.
That is pretty sensible. All right. Well, enough pity partying. On to the next adventure, yes?
Yay!
Also, I kind of look over, and I kind of bring the sisters farther away from the other people who are on the boat. We should probably, maybe later on, talk about why we're going to Jahmith, because that's kind of why we're on this trek, if we all remember. So just wanted to put that out there, just so we could chat later, after we've handled the Boggins, because also they've had a rough day as well. But we need to talk.
Isn't Jahmith an underwater city?
Yes, that is true.
Can they breathe underwater?
I don't know. Hey, can you guys breathe underwater?
It looks like Elena is tucking in young Cassia, and Lydia, Alden, and Julius have went upstairs. Cassia kind of sits up. I can hold my breath for like 2 minutes, and
Yeah,
Elena's like, we don't breathe water like you do.
Okay.
So
can you like build up holding your breath to like days?
probably not. What were you thinking?
Well, so we have to go underwater. That's just like on the way to where we're gonna bring you guys. It's just like a stop.
Well, perhaps we could just stay on the boat.
I think we're dropping the boat off somewhere else first, right?
We're taking it to the underwater place, I think.
But, well, it is a surface boat, so we wouldn't take it all the way with us, right? It'll be stored on the surface, so maybe we can go find whoever it is and find another boat and bring that boat to the first boat so they can switch boats and still stay above water.
I think Alyssa might just really like boats now.
I mean, we're gracious for all the help you've given us. We will do whatever we need to do. I'm sorry, I don't think we're going to be able to hold our breath deep underwater. I know there are different potions and spells, but I don't know of anything unless you all have something.
Oh, I say we just anchor the ship and we can swim into Jahmith and then find another boat and then go to the guy and say, where do you want your boat?
That works with us, and anything you purchase on our behalf, my husband would be more than happy to reimburse you when we get to Wimting City.
I was thinking. Oh, also, you guys should totally just practice holding your breath for a long time. I don't know if it's something that's going to become important or not later. Like, you know.
One day the world could be underwater. You never know.
we could rule.
We will.
That's not a threat.
Just a.
When we get home, we'll take a few more trips to the ocean shore.
Cool.
Sounds good. Okay, let's let them sleep. Probably it looks like this child is going to sleep.
Why is she in my bed?
I'm not even sleepy.
I mean, perfect opportunity for her to get out. No? No?
I
Okay.
think you're really pretty.
Thank you, sweetie. You're so beautiful.
You're much prettier than someone I would imagine who lives in the water.
Well, you want to know a secret? All of that salt water keeps my skin beautiful and glowing. You should try it sometime.
Mom, I want salt water. We'll get you salt water when we get home. Thank you, Princess.
Is that what a skin rub?
Do you have fish friends?
I do. I love to speak with my fish friends all the time. That's something all princesses do, right, sisters?
Not
She
at
turns
all.
around and she's like,
Yes, I do.
we're friends with all of the fish.
Do you eat
Also,
fish?
she has a
Absolutely.
turtle.
Well, some of my sisters do, but me personally, I couldn't eat anything I would consider a friend.
Do you eat people on land?
Oh no, of course not. I usually like to stick to things like plants or seaweed or kelp when I'm down on the ocean floor.
I personally haven't had the opportunity to try. But are they good? Do you know?
I think little
Jesus
Cassia
Christ.
here should get some sleep. But I'm not even sleepy, and I haven't even tried people on land or fish with these people on fish.
Well, never mind that. Do you want me to tell you a bedtime story? Mizu's gonna kind of like sit down on the bed next to her, get a little spot, kind of like shove her to the side a little bit. She makes more room for herself also in the bed. And then she starts, once upon a time, there was a very beautiful princess named Mizu. And she just trails off like...
Okay, Elena's gonna get up and be like, well, I guess she's got this. Just gonna stand up with you guys wherever you guys are moving, because, you know, she'll come back and check on Cassia.
Backing out of the room, physically trailing off.
Yeah. Likewise.
Upstairs is where I'm going.
Guess I'm gonna go drive for a while.
Okay,
I give you guidance.
Julius and Alden are upstairs. Alden has rolled out a couple of big maps, and they're kind of hanging around talking. And Lydia's just kind of sitting on the side with her feet dangling, looking out in the middle of the ocean.
What time is it?
It would be getting later in the day. You've got a few more hours before the sun starts to set.
We have days until Jahmith, correct? We're just killing time.
You've got roughly a little over 2.5 days.
Okay, yeah. Just relaxing from the trauma that was the Island of Fear. Yeah, I think I just kind of sit down and physically lay out and flatten myself on the boat just to like start to decompress. It's like.
Celia's going to keep her form going. She's going to be doing some shadow boxing, which is a little bit easy because the shadows are pretty long at this point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Constitution saving throw, Celia. I don't remember you having a drink for quite a while.
That's true. $27.
Okay, you're doing pretty good. But you'll need to drink alcohol soon, or you're going to start having sweaty stuff.
Cool.
And
Hey,
not feeling great.
Words are good tonight.
Yes, that's my description of alcoholism. Sweaty stuff. Okay, everyone else is just chilling?
You're supposed to be light over there. You're making so much noise. Lily, please, what is happening?
Huh?
I'm commenting on the fact that you're kind of like loud because of your state of being, and so I feel like we're just near each other. I'm just like,
This is how I rest. This is okay.
wow. Okay.
Maybe you would be better at like hand-to-hand combat if you practiced in your free time a little bit more.
Oh.
See here, holds her hand up, and casts Primal Savagery. If I needed to practice, I would, but I'm good. Thank you. I remember why you started
Acid on
breaking
your
out.
claws.
You're just.
Potato.
We can spar if you want to.
I would love that.
I knew you'd say that. Okay. Seer gets up and she kind of stretches, just like that was a lot of mind work, walking on things that aren't there. It might be nice to hit something. I have been mentioned I want to kill things a lot, and that is not good for my mental health. All right. She kind of stands there, calms herself down, and like covers herself in her decay, gets her temporary hit points, and she's like armors up. She's like, all right, and then she starts to spar, non-lethally, with Seer or with Lily, like we always do.
Yeah.
All right, you guys give me a couple of attack rolls. Let's just get a little taste of what this is.
Since I said Primal Savagery, I'll make sure I use that one. What dice is it? Oh, hello dice. Where are you at? Boom. Just a couple rolls. Usually like 3 attack rolls. 1.
Sure.
Okay.
My first roll, I got a 27 for 9 bludgeoning magic damage.
Were you punching?
Okay. Yeah, just punching, just sparring over here. Absolutely.
All right, Seer gets knocked in the head.
I rolled a 12 plus 7, 19.
Yeah, I believe that hits Celia.
Oh, absolutely.
And she comes around with Primal Savagery, which would be 2d6, 2d10. Hold on. For 4 points of acid damage. Also, just sparring. just moving
Just a little bit of acid.
Dude, that really sucks.
A little acid.
Non-lethally splashes acid in your face.
She just licks her nails. She's like, you just feel that little sting. Because she's just slapping you. She's like,
All right. Back downstairs while you guys are sparring at top. Lydia
slapboxing you.
says to Mizu, I want a scary story.
A scary story?
Yeah, read me a scary story. Don't you have any scary stories? You have any books?
Is this the next daughter, like on the couch? Because it was Cassia in the bed, right?
Yeah, Cassie's in the bed with Mizu. Lydia's up top, dangling her feet off the side of the ship.
Ah, I see. Got it. Sorry. Continue.
But she's still talking to me?
Yeah, it's just you two in the room.
Okay. Well, I don't know too many scary stories, and plus those aren't good for, like, wanting to fall asleep either, right?
I always fall asleep with a scary story. It's not real.
Okay, let me think. And then she's gonna call out, hey, Voskar, can you give me some help here with, like, a scary story or something?
Are you kidding me? Show her the book.
I don't want to traumatize her. Just, I don't know. You've probably seen a lot of shit. That's like your thing. Just let me come up with like a few, I don't know, little scary things that I can tell her. A little scary story, maybe something that you've experienced before.
I mean, look at her. You can't traumatize that little booger. Look at her. She's grinning, wanting to hear about death. Ooh. Read her page 15 from the book. Yes.
Okay, fine. And she's gonna turn back to her and go, well, I think I might have something that could scare you a little bit. And she's gonna reach in and pull out the book and turn to page 15, just like Voskar said.
Go on. Read it. Read it really loud and declare it. She's gonna love it.
What does it say?
What languages can you read, by the way?
Abyssal, Common, and Primordial.
Perfect. Primordial it is. It's not gonna be a cohesive narrative. As you're reading it aloud, it's like storm falling down upward split in two. Divine nature rearranges you. Death to the one you care about, death to the one you ignore. Death to the children, death to the adults, death to you most.
She's just gonna read it verbatim to her, and then at the end go, death to the children, death to the adults, and the most death to yourself. And then she's gonna shut it and go, the end. How was that one? Was that scary enough?
It didn't make any sense.
Well, I don't know. This book is kind of scary to me, but maybe I'm just not good at scaring people.
No, you could...
Are you okay? Hello? And she's gonna, like, push up and kind of poke her in the cheek a little bit.
She is completely frozen.
Voskar, what's going on?
Oh, she's just taking in the story. I wouldn't worry about it. She'll be fine in a couple weeks.
At least she's alive, I guess. And Mizu's gonna, like, kind of, like, force her to lay down in the bed and just kind of pull the covers up on top of her.
As you push her top down, her legs are still kind of frozen, so her legs kind of pop up and push the blanket up.
She's just gonna look at it and think good enough in her head, and then it's gonna walk back up and join everybody else up top. And wherever they are, she's gonna go up and, like, announce, finally got her to bed.
Thank you so much, Princess Mizu. I know she can be a lot to handle. If you actually got her to go to sleep, then that is a praisable event. Bless Tempa.
I mean, for some reason, when I talk about myself a lot, it usually has that effect on people, but works like a charm for kids.
Thank you. I guess I should just go down and check on her.
Go right ahead.
Thank you. She's gonna walk downstairs. What else is happening?
I grapple Sair.
Yeah, I think our combat is going very, like, it looks very full on. I feel like we don't pull punches when we spar. We've been doing this for years, so I feel like if people are watching us, we're just, like, beating out of each other, which is what's happening. And, you know, she'll heal us after, but I will heal us after. But yeah, on the ground with you, and you feel you'd make a Constitution saving throw as my might start to bite at you, and she's, you know, trying to strong arm you off. But as you're on top of her, all that death is kind of okay.
It doesn't do anything to me because I rolled a 25 Constitution saving throw.
It's a really good save.
It's a really good save.
It's like, wow, your
Nice
skin's
one.
so strong. But she's still, like, wrestling with you, and you're just, like, fighting with those mites on the ground. She's because not physically strong, which is why you grappled me, you bitch. But she'll bite you, which is another primal savagery. I'll just make a little attack for you. A 22.
Yeah, that'll hit me.
And it is 8 points of acid damage. So you're on top of her, and she just goes, "I don't need my hands," and she just bites you. And just keeps on wrestling with you. We're just out here, you know, being girls. Fun times.
Girls being girls, being girls, being girls.
Mizu will go over and sit somewhere, like, very properly, like, princess-esque, to kind of, like, balance out the dynamic that's going on.
Bored on ships, girl.
Arista, I will say it's a very easy drive. The water's very smooth right now. You're going in one direction. No really checks necessary. All right. I guess it's going to go into night, and if you...
no screaming from the bed with the child with their legs up in the air. Mom didn't check that out.
She's fine.
Well, I was going to say, we're going into night if nobody else has anything. Okay.
Nope, just going to swing until we're tired.
Yeah.
In the night, as you go downstairs, you do notice that Cassia is flat in the bed. The mom is very concerned. She's gathered up Lydia and Lucius, and they seem to be having a conversation around her body. And nothing seems too foreboding. They just seem to be having a conversation, and the mom's like dampening her head with the towel. You can slightly hear them say, when we get home, we can find some medication. Seems like they're keeping their family stuff kind of private. There's sort of a distance between you and the Boggins family. Maybe it's because you're alien to them. Maybe it's because everything they went through. They're going through a lot right now. So that you can definitely feel that distance between you guys. With that being, it is the next day. Congratulations, you are now on day 7 of this adventure. You have another day ahead of you. Anything you want to do before we skip some more?
I mean, can I try to give some healing to the child? Did they wake up?
So that next day, they do not wake up. And Elena and Julius kind of tell you, I guess anyone who really talks to them, they believe she may have some disease or something has come by. Maybe she's in shock or something. She still has her vital signs. They've never seen her do this before. They are a little worried, but they're not trying to put any burden on the rest of you. Perhaps when we get to where we go, we can find something, but they will accept your healing. Maybe that will help.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and cast that at 3rd level, which is going to give her 13 HP.
Okay, she will awaken. Her eyes kind of wake up a little bit. I don't feel so good. It's okay, darling. Just lay there. You're just sick. We're going to take care of you, okay? Do you need anything? No, Princess Mizu. Okay, darling, one moment. Princess Mizu, do you mind coming and just saying good morning?
Of course not. It's the least I could do. And she's gonna follow and say, "Good morning, sweetheart. How are you doing?"
That was a really scary story.
I told you it was really scary. Next time you need to listen, okay? I don't want stories like that to keep you up at night. So from now on, let's stick to only good stories, okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
Mizu's gonna turn to her parents and go, "You know, scary story right after everything she experienced on the Island of Red probably wasn't the best idea, or the Island of Fear, probably wasn't the best idea. My bad, you guys. Won't happen again. I'll stick to good stories from now on."
Oh, don't be such a goody two-shoes. I didn't do anything to her. All I did is make her to a portal whenever I need to crawl out of her mouth from the Underdark. That's gonna be convenient one day.
Okay, well, next time we need to have a conversation about what we're doing so we can use it better to our advantage, okay? I don't want to do it to little kids, Voskar.
That's a good point. You know, I love you, I think.
Of course you do, of course you do. Very funny.
Okay, I need another Constitution saving throw from Celia. And did you have anything to drink yesterday?
Water, probably.
Okay, so it's a harder DC.
She's probably like a little sick.
Not the withdrawals.
Yeah. 24.
You pass again. You're fighting it off. Okay, another pretty easy day on the water. Nothing really eventful happens. We will jump into the 8th day. You will arrive at Jahmith by your calculations on this day. So, that being said, Celia, Constitution saving throw.
I think it was a natural one. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, a nat 1. Okay.
Yeah.
You held off the withdrawals as long as you could by sipping the alcohol. I would say over the course of these 2.5 days, you've maybe sipped half the bottle away. But it hasn't been enough to contain the copious amount of drinking. I mean, there's a personal bar outside your bedroom door when you get home.
Very convenient. Yeah.
They all crawl on hands and knees in your diplomatic spot when you get there, 2 bars. So you're going through a lot. So until you take a long rest, you now have 1 level of exhaustion, and you are very sick. Very sick.
I think Seer comes looking for Celia. just because you probably been hanging out, bored on a boat, so you've just been fighting a lot. Are you okay? You don't look too, well, that's kind of obvious, but are you?
Yeah. No. I'm gonna ask that nobody, no, we have a toilet on this thing, right?
There's
no
the
toilet.
ocean.
Okay, cool. I think I'm gonna have to brew some of my own alcohol. Do we have any fruit, like sugar, bread?
No, I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah.
Is this? I've noticed your lack of drinking. Is this more on purpose, or is this due to lack of resources?
It's lack of resources. Absolutely, it's lack of resources.
Okay. Is that something that I'm not one to pry into your business, but we do hang out a lot. This seems like a good time to mention that elephant in the room. Is that something that you want to pursue? That just seems like it could be a thing that would hinder us, since we're not going to be like at lots of bars coming up, since we're adventuring into the new unfound world, and they probably don't have lots of bars.
I'm not 100% certain what you're asking.
Are you trying to conquer your demons, or are we just kind of?
No, I'm like biding my time right now. We're so close to a place with alcohol. I'm sure of it. I've just got like this, half a bottle.
I see you're struggling. I guess I'm gonna just I'm gonna enable you this time. So let's get you to a bar.
Yeah.
The water's
very
starting
efficient,
to get
so.
a little rough, and before you know it, there's a lightning strike. The sky goes dark, the seas get really rough, and there is a full-on storm. The waters get real rough. So from
Oh my goodness.
Arista, I'm going to need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw, because this is a quite sudden storm.
Oh, that's only a 9.
Okay, so as you're kind of driving, the waves are getting bigger. You're able to get the ship up above this wave, but as you come down to the other side, your ship completely turns on its side in the water. All the boggins are inside trying to hold on because the window starts to flood with water. What do people want to do?
I feel like I'm in
the
the
side of the boat.
I feel like I wasn't in the boat, so I feel like I'm dealing with maybe not being on the boat anymore. I don't know. If I was on top of the boat, like, where I was, I don't know. If the boat flipped, I feel like I'm hitting water.
Okay.
But at least, I'm trying to get back to I'm like, oh, this is inconvenient, but I don't think I'm stressed about it. I'm like, this is annoying.
This is a stressful, the boat might sink situation, not water breathers can drown situation. However, you have 5 landwalkers, and the one that can hold their breath the longest is a couple minutes, and it's the little girl with a demon crawling out of her mouth soon in the future.
So
yeah, that's an issue.
We all have shape water, right?
I do.
No, I do not. I have acid splash.
I got it. I got shape water.
We can try to shape water and tip it back upright, or at least help it tip back upright.
I'm down to try. Might as well.
Benfira suggests this to Mizu in character.
And I shape water in character.
But yeah, we're gonna shape water and kind of try and help turn it more upright.
Okay, just the two of you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want one of you to roll an Arcana check with advantage because you're being helped.
I have a -1.
So you don't roll it for sure.
So I'll roll it. 21.
Hey!
Okay, beautiful. You're able to shape the water so it rocks it back into a place. There's a storm still going on, so as everybody gets into the ship, Arista, I need you to roll me an insight check to figure out what the path is before the ship got turned.
Alrighty, that's a 25.
You kept your eye on the prize. The ship is back at the right path. You that manta ray is leading, and you guys start to slowly come out of this storm that has passed quickly over you. The light is really bright because it's kind of in front of you as you're making your way up here, Everyone gain 800 experience points for not drowning in the storm.
Oh my goodness. I love experience.
And as the beautiful light shines, the dark clouds part out of the way. You see that flat, open ocean. And way, like a small speck that you can kind of see detail in the future, or in the distance, looks like a little, maybe white marble gazebo way out in the distance. Like it itself's not little, but from where you are, it looks little. It's like a pillared gazebo floating in the water. As you start to get closer, we're going to take a quick 10-minute bathroom break, and we'll come right back and see where we've landed. Welcome back, everybody, to Princess of Power, episode 14. Hope you had a good bathroom break.
I had a good one.
That's all. You had a good one, Andrew?
Yeah. It was efficient.
Anyways,
taking care of her drunken sister, her sick sister.
Yeah, we just got out of a storm. You're in the light of the ocean. You're in the middle of Silver Seas. There's nothing around but white clouds and the passing dark storm clouds are going beyond you. You can smell the salt water in the air. You can hear the lapping of the ocean gently on the side of your boat. But there's really no waves as far as the eye can see. It is a beautiful, idyllic day. And way ahead of you is this small gazebo thing that as you get closer and closer actually doesn't look small at all. Actually is very heavenly looking. This almost classical Roman architecture made of marble with a bright light inside. And as you get about that close in the picture, the water comes up to form like a 4-foot wave that just kind of stops your ship gently, like the wave moves with it to catch the momentum, and just slowly pushes the ship very gently back out. You barely even move on the ship, and the wave kind of falls even with the water before it all bursts up and forms this large, made of water from the belly button up, bigger than the ship, this big Triton, big muscles with long hair, and he stands there looking down at the ship made of water. Halts! Who goes there?
Celia vomits.
We are the princesses of Azir. We are...
I'll do it. Princess Mizuminu is here, as well as the rest of her sisters of the Azirian kingdom.
That's what I said.
There is no scheduled surface area greeting with the Azirian princesses. What is the meaning of this?
Well, we would just like to make contact with you guys, touch base with you guys. We're kind of doing a tour of a lot of the places around and checking in on them, seeing if there's anything we might be able to do to assist them. So this was on our way. We figured we might stop to see if the Azirian kingdom could be of any aid, or if there's any use for us here.
Plus, we have a
So they brought
delivery.
this boat.
The Boggins all wave while looking up in the air like...
Mizu points and goes, "Oh yeah, that too. We also have a boat to give you."
Right now is not a great time for diplomats. The Festival of Heroes is going on, so the city is very full.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, sick.
Sounds like a great time to have diplomats, honestly.
Are there any bars open?
What my
Yes.
sisters mean to say, as well as we are diplomats, we are also social icons of the Azirian kingdom. I mean, my name at times precedes itself, but here I haven't gotten to visit yet, so I would love to share a little bit of my culture with you guys, as well as take in your culture as well.
Persuasion check.
She's gonna love it here. The ear says under her breath.
Can I help her?
19.
Oh, she doesn't need it.
Sit with what?
I got a +8, baby.
The water kind of slowly morphs back into the ocean, so it looks like he's lowering himself in the water, but he's just becoming the rest of the water. To about eye level with the ship. Big eyes, one of his eyes probably this big, and you can just see the water swirling and then going back into the body into little tornadoes and filling out the rest of the body. It says, okay. Swim to the pedestal, and I will check you for disguises and for lies. And if I find you are lying and not who you say you are, This will be your end in the Silver Seas. Would you still like to accept?
Not a problem for me at all.
Spear's already in the water.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to fall down. The water's going to rip a little bit. The ship's going to move. And from around one of the pillars walks up this guy. Valdos Dorosnath.
Ooh, these names.
Are you
These
laughing
muscles?
at that name, Misu?
No, I was like, why you kind of...
Daddy? Why
Daddy? You know, Mizu got daddy issues. That looking a little bit too much like Thrying for her.
They said
Yeah?
the hall of... That's a parade of heroes? Lord, it's a daddy parade? Okay. We might have to stay here for a while.
I'm enjoying the culture already. Thank you.
I think you broke me and the game. Quickly, come up with all these muscular figures. Okay, so he's not that big right now. He's walking around a pillar. The water falls, your ship is still, and he just beckons you to the pedestal.
Yeah, Mizu's going in.
Julius, should we stay here? Or do we need to go just to prove that we're not intruders as well? Splash!
Hey, do you...
Lydia.
No, just go ahead.
I would have said something, but I was already gone. I didn't hear the question.
Yeah, I was gone.
I jumped off first, I'm assuming I'm good.
What were you saying, Celia? Because Julius is listening to you.
Oh, I was gonna shout at the large trident man and ask if the humans have to come too.
Everyone must come.
Yeah, everybody's gotta everybody's gotta come.
Okay, he's going to, take off some of his other clothes and jump in. Take off like a jacket he had on, not like he's still got an undershirt.
Yeah.
Yep, everyone's gonna swim. They're all gonna swim as you step onto this big pedestal, which I will let you continue to see. There's like a light kind of radiating from the top. You can hear like light singing, like a choir coming from it. It feels peaceful. Anyone who's missing HP, you're going to slowly gain 1 HP every 10 seconds. So for you two who were sparring, or that might have been a day ago, anyone who's hurting, you're just slowly going to heal.
Good.
He just kind of looks up and breathes, and then brings his hands together and brings like the tips of his fingers like this to form a ball around his hand, and then another bright white light appears into the center of it, and he just opens it, and it blinds in between your vision and his, just like sorts his face and disappears. Thank you. What would you like to do with your ship?
We were hoping that maybe it could stay in the air for our human friends here until we can get another boat to put them on. They can't come under the water. They don't have gills.
Interesting. Forgive me, I haven't introduced myself. This is the Gala Yastan. It is a protected symbol for Jahmith and our portal from the surface, which means our allies know where it is and our enemies know where it is. This area is extremely dangerous. I protect this portal. Leaving them out here would be unwise. You might come back to find they are not here. My protection only goes so far, and my duty is to the Gala Yastan.
And you seem like you're really good at your job. Do you know of somewhere else they could go, or maybe someone who could provide some magic that will help them breathe underwater for a little while?
You can probably find something magical, drinkable, consumable down in the festival, perhaps in the city itself. If you get them there quick enough, if they can hold their breath long enough, perhaps you can get them there and help them out. That is risky.
How many minutes are you talking? Because I think that the youngest one can do about 2, but that's also like the best they got.
Well, thanks to this portal, you'll get down to Jahmith quite quickly. It's just a matter of, from where it puts you, how far you can get somewhere. This will drop you off in the Cedo Gardens. From there, maybe if you make your way straight into the market, you can find something, especially during this festival.
Are there any, in Azir we have little pocket spaces of air. Are there any locations like that where your non-water-breathing friends may spend some time?
Not in Jahmith.
Curious. Okay.
I'm very sure that we can't ask you to keep them company for just a minute while we go get those things from the market and bring them back.
He kind of takes a knee, kind of get at your level, kind of looks you up and down. Are you from Lemuria?
Maybe?
From Azir.
Did you grow up in the Silver Seas?
I did. I don't know where I was really before that.
You have great kindness in you. Now roll a persuasion check, asking him to watch them.
Are you kidding me? Nat 1!
He's just going
It
to...
seems like this should be going in my favor.
He's just going to reach out for your hand, which his hand is...
Wait. Anytime I make a persuasion check, I can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10, and I have a 7, so it's not a nat 1, 8. It's actually a 17.
Boom.
And what is that skill called? How does this manifest?
That is called Silver Tongue, and it's from the College of Eloquence Bard School.
Yes!
Anytime I make a persuasion or a deception check, starting at level 3. Because I'm a master of saying the right thing at the right time.
Wow. Okay, he puts out his big hand for your tiny little axolotl folk hand. We should see more people like you in these Silver Seas. I'll watch them, but I'm telling you, I'll try my best. But there are dangerous things around here. Be quick.
We'll be very, very quick.
Okay. He's going to point down towards the center. That's going to the stones, white big marble stones, are going to start moving. The cracks in between produce this dust that you're not used to seeing dust come up from the top of it. Almost seems like air blowing out of the cracks before they shift and move like a puzzle piece, opening this swirling light blue and black portal. It's not really a portal. It's like it looks like you're going through what Coraline went through in the door to get to the button eyes, the opposites. It looks like that, but you can see through it of the water around it. So it's almost like a huge slide all the way down to Jahmith.
Cool. That looks fun.
He's going to say, "Good luck down there. Have fun." Gonna look at the
How do I
Boggins.
get back up?
Same way you came down.
Oh, okay.
Looks at the Boggins. Good luck. I hope you take this opportunity to see the wonders of Jahmith, so you could spread good word to your friends back where you are from. Julian just kind of stands in front of his family. We will... Absolutely. You... Guaranteed. Right, Elena? I've seen way worse within the week. And he will step back and indicate it, and then he's just going to go behind a pole. But he's much bigger than the width of the pole, so as he's walking, he's kind of like Cheshire Cat disappearing behind the pillar. And the area is there. You just see your boat kind of out there. The Boggins look down inside the portal. And, okay, everybody, back to the boat. And Elena puts her hands on him. No. I want to do it. I want to go down there. And he's like, well, I can protect the boat. He said there are dangerous things out here. With his protection and my protection, I think we can do this. And she just puts her hand on his mouth. No. Into the portal. Honey, into the portal. And they're going to go with you guys into the portal.
Why? lie. I literally just got him to say that they could stay long enough for me to bring them back a potion. But that's okay because they're way behind because Alyssa jumped down that fun-looking slide while he was wishing them luck. So...
Big tourist energy. They're like, "Ooh, I want to go down to like the underwater kingdom." It's like, okay, great.
Well, not gonna lie, I totally mixed it up in my head. I thought I was doing the thing, so I can actually just let them stay. We can just let them stay. Okay. I want to do what you intended to do.
That was what I was convincing him to let us do, was leave them safely in the air while we go get something that will let them.
They're gonna go to the boat
before they come with us.
Yeah. I got confused. I'm sorry. They went to the boat.
Great.
All right. You jump into this portal. It goes super fast. As you're flying down, you're in a bank teller tube. You're just...
Yeah.
It's got water in it, so you're not hitting the sides of these things, and you definitely feel there's
Futurama tubes.
For real. You are going so fast that you, even though the ocean is vast around you, you can't... If a whale's in the distance, you're not in the water near it close enough to see what it is. You're going so fast. Because... Arista, roll a history check. Actually, I'll let everyone in his ear roll a history check. I just think Arista would know this.
I got a 20, so probably.
Yep.
I got a 13.
Yep.
Ooh, I got an 18.
Okay.
I got a 12 with disadvantage.
Okay.
Why do you have disadvantage?
I have exhaustion.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
She's fine.
You had a nat 20, damn. It was a good day for you, and then...
I know.
Okay, so Mizu, Celia, and Seer, or not Celia, Arista and Seer, you guys would know that it's so deep in the water, it's beyond where there's light, and the pressure is immense. Where this section of the Silver Seas is some of the deepest in all of the Silver Seas, and this is way down in where there's fluorescent stuff, bioluminescent stuff. So, you know, you would, if you were traveling distance straight to it, it took you like 4 or something days, it would take you almost the same to go down. So the fact that you're going so fast and you find yourself there within 10 minutes is an incredible speed. So as you go down, you can see over top of the city. So I will go ahead and show you the bird's eye view of Jahmith.
Bird's eye view.
It is a kind of a, let me get to the, anyways, it's like this beautiful ancient Roman architecture. It's almost kind of collapsed a little bit, but there's plant life that have grown in the cracks. From up top, you can see there's obviously a huge Colosseum. You don't know the names of any of these places yet, but you can see the structures with multiple entrances all around it. There are 3 big mansions right in front of the Colosseum of note. You see down where the tube is shooting towards Cedo Gardens up there, which is glowing the brightest.
Mm-hmm.
And around, from the bird's eye view, you can see 3 very distinct glowing purple plants that seem almost as big as a building, or half a building. And then all the way to the bottom left is these huge floating, glowing, bioluminescent seaweed that is going so far down you can't even see where they come from. And this is all on a structure that's natural that kind of connects to a side. It's kind of almost at the edge of a cliff, so it's kind of sticking out above even deeper waters.
Mm-hmm.
When you finally get down to the bottom, you end up in these kind of ancient ruins. There's people walking around, and from where you are landing, right at these steps, you can already hear light music playing and humming, and the sound bubbles of people having fun and laughing kind of popping around you. There are glowing plants to the sides of you and above you. That is where the light in this picture is coming from. This huge white sponge kind of on a structure, kind of glowing. And as you walk or swim through, there are once again no pockets of no water, Because if you think about it, the pressure's so immense here that magic is harder to contain it. So it's really difficult. So take that note if you want to cast anything like that. To your left, it goes off towards the market where you can see tritons swimming around. And then to the right, it leads into housing and streets.
To the market.
Welcome to Jahmith. Going to the market?
Yes, we're going to the market.
Arista's definitely headed there.
Arista finds herself feeling strangely at home among these glowing plants.
Roll a history check. No, roll a... What would just strike your mind? Roll an intelligence saving throw.
Ooh. Spicy.
That's a 9.
Ooh.
That's not my strong suit.
You definitely feel a connection to these plants. And through the books and the studies at the kingdom, these are some of the rarer plants in the Silver Seas because of the living conditions in their ecosystem and only certain spots. But there's a weird connection to them. Anyways, yeah, there's that.
There was totally a tavern over there, right? We could just real quick, just stop in. Just real quick, just stop in real quick. Just real quick.
I mean, Seer, if you want to take her that way, we can go take care of
sounds like a plan. All right, let's go.
And meet you there.
Already walking.
Swimming.
That sounds like a really good idea. Vinfira, how do you feel about taking Celia to the bar?
Oh, sure. I could use a drink.
Celia has walked off.
I figured you could.
Celia, wait! She runs after her, swims after her.
Already so far.
Mizu rolls her eyes and slowly starts following Vinfira, but not running.
Did you bring Ganon with you?
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, Vinfira's going to the tavern. Are you going to the market?
No, I'm gonna follow Vinfira, actually following Celia, so going with both of them.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go find something at the market by myself.
Celia kind of watches everyone disperse and she's kind of standing there for a moment and she kind of turns, looks kind of familiarly and starts to walk towards the Hall of Heroes. Or swim. She can't walk, she's underwater. She starts to swim. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Oh, you're muted. I was like, he's supposed to say.
Okay, so since Celia is moving so fast, are you walking in the water, or are you just trudging walking under the water?
I mean, whatever the quickest mode of transportation is.
It's probably swim. You're torpedoing through the water.
Yeah.
So you have to go into the market. So you go through the market. You can't really take in any of those details. But Vinfira, as you're catching up, you definitely see sides of these buildings with tented awnings and tritons selling different goods from pots, and you see these bioluminescent juices in containers and canisters. There's some weaponry. There's definitely some artwork. There's all these things that you're trying to take in, but you just see Celia rushing to find somewhere. Celia, you definitely find as you get through the market, there are people with big kind of mug containers that it looks like what they're doing is when they put their mouth up to it, the container bubble opens and liquid just starts to pour out, and then it closes and they just drink it straight out of the water. So it's like a mug that disperses your liquid for you and you catch in the water.
Sick.
And
I like that.
Some Triton deep blue women with their hairs kind of floating in the water, standing there talking to this one gentleman who seems to be making them laugh, and they all have this drink.
Hey friends, what's up? Where'd you guys get those things? Drinks, please. Thank you. Also, for your time.
What language are you speaking?
Probably let's see. What do I know? Deep speech? Does that work for them?
They kind of look at you, and the guy turns. Is that deep speech? He says in common.
No, I say in deep speech.
How can we help you, man? That's really impressive.
Thanks. Sorry. Was that like insensitive of me to use? Never mind. I
Deep speech.
would love a drink.
One of the Trite women says, we can get you a drink if you need a drink. You don't look like you're from around here.
Ah,
I have Triton talking to a Triton. It's gonna be fun. I like it.
The guy just looks at you. Okay, well, if you just go down that way, down the street, there's
Sick.
the
Thank you, guys.
Delphina. It's called the Delphina Tavern. All right. They just kind of look at each other. Running into your left, there is this. It seems like out of heaven. This Roman storefront with like huge bust of heroes holding ales that are kind of pouring out to the air. Ripped muscles, like they dug really into that stone to get perfect globe arms. And it looks like there's like magic coming out of their eyes, and it's stacked into 3 stories, and it's kind of small and tower-like because there are ropes all around where there are these small tented buildings with different signs of different flavors of beers and ales, and it's right where there's like a drop-off at the edge of the city, kind of in a river formation, but it just drops off into the deeper water, and there's lights strung around, and it's full of people drinking.
Celia starts crying. This is beautiful. She brushes up to the bar and asks for one. Just get a drink, please. Hello, one. Thank you.
There is no one behind the bar. The bar is packed with Tritons and with people, and you just kind of like mutter that out. And from around the corner comes a school of bioluminescent fish about this long that are like, and there's like a mug in the mix. It's got to be about 250 fish all in this like group. There's not even bottles on the back of this. And as they swim down across the bar, it drops the beer, and then you see ale pouring out of something out of this school, and it's just kind of moving around and stops and forms this like leaning tavern guy formation. And these like 2 fish are like the eyes. The other ones are closing their eyes. And then the fish kind of just like smile.
Hey, not even gonna ask about how this. I'm not. Thank you. Starts drinking. How much? Drinking more. Sick. 1 copper. 1 silver. A single gold. There we go. How many of these can I get to go, please?
They just start lighting up. Bing, 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 bing. Every fish lights up.
It's a lot. Okay. I think I've got 24 left. I'll take 24 to go, please. Well, you know what? I'll come back. I'll come back later, and then we can. Because if I get it all right now, I'll just take one more for right now, and then later I'll come back. Thank you.
The fish all form the figure of you and just give you a.
Please.
And they swipe the gold piece off and float around the back, and you're just left with a mug with your drink in it.
What currency were we supposed to be carrying? Is it gold?
It's
or
shells.
gems,
It's
or
shells.
pearls?
It's shells.
Gold
Gems
shells.
is Lemuria. Okay, so yeah, you have your drink about that time.
Yeah.
The door busts open, and Venfira, the tavern door. It's really busy.
There we go. I was muted. Venfira kind of like is looking around. And she kind of like makes her way through the crowd. And squeezes her way up next to Celia.
Hey. How many gold shells do you have?
How many gold shells do I have?
Yeah.
You know, I was going to ask why, but then I saw where we were, and it all just kind of made sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like a lot to go. Like a lot.
How many gold shells do you have, Celia?
How many do you have?
No. How many do you have?
I've got about, like, after these, I guess I've had 2 now, 23. I don't keep a lot on me, you know?
I don't even have it listed on my character sheet in low key. I just knocked over an entire thing of candy corn, so that's really cool.
That's how much you have.
Did you get
That's
any
a lot.
in this campaign so far? Or did you just...
I
I'm
honestly
rich.
couldn't tell you. I didn't write it down.
Does anyone have a certain amount?
I just had, like,
Yes.
what I got from, like, my background or whatever.
Okay. How much do you
Yeah,
have,
I
Alyssa?
like the base starting gold.
What's the base starting for you?
25, but Thrine also threw some extra shells in Mizu's bag, and
Yeah.
I swiped 5 of them.
Swipe 5 of them?
You know, when I was
Insight,
digging
Mizu.
through her stuff. They were for
You're
everyone.
And Seer, you wrote some down? Okay, just start with
I had
25
15.
shells. Just start with 15 or 25 shells. That seems fair.
She doesn't like to buy things. She's okay. She's chilling. Also, sometimes everything's on the house. So she's like, "Do I need money? Do I not need money? I never know."
Yeah, Mizu doesn't touch money. She goes on credit. Like,
Yeah.
that's how she's been doing everything. What did she
Do you
need
know who I
us
am?
for?
That
Need
ass,
paper something?
literally.
Okay.
Then Fear kind of like straightens up a little bit and is like, "How much do you need?"
I'd love most of it.
No, that's not
We're
happening.
siblings. We're siblings. I thought you loved me.
I do love you. I also like having money.
Yeah. I like having drinks, so it seems like we're just gonna have to negotiate something here.
5,
10,
7.
15.
What? That's not even how this works.
I don't
7.
do this
Final
often.
offer.
Can we go back up to 10?
No, I already went down.
Okay, I'll take 8.
She hands you 7 shells and doesn't give you.
Takes it.
Okay.
Go
Anything else?
ahead.
My business is done here.
She's gonna order a drink as well to go. That's all she's gonna do.
All right, those fish are going to do the same thing in front of you. They kind of take a shape of a shark that just kind of floats in front of you, just to be unique per guest. Anyways,
Changing up.
running into the market of Narida is Arista. Arista, you see a bustling market in front of you. What are you looking for?
I am looking for any sort of potion or magic item that will allow 5 humans to breathe underwater.
Okay, let's see. You see a booth for Narelda's Emporium, the Oceanus Aquarium. Oh, that's cool, but doesn't look like it. Neptuna Boutique. That has pictures of jewelry on it. That's probably not it. Thalassor Apothecary.
That could be
Herbal
good.
remedies, healing potions, and magical items. Okay, yeah, you walk over there. The structure that's kind of built up has a kind of like a teenage boy, and looks like he's burned all the way on his right side, but he looks the happiest of anyone you've seen, and he stands there with 2 long sticks, kind of like in this monk warrior pose, and just looks up in victory as a bust. And there's these drapes down that are kind of tied up, and you see all these shining, glowing jars on the inside. And there is an older man, kind of like Merlin with a beard that reaches all the way to the bottom. That's kind of staying in one piece as he floats while adjusting some jars.
Excuse me, sir. That's a really fine beard you've got.
Thank you very much. I grew it myself.
Do you have anything in your shop that would help 5 humans breathe underwater for an extended period of time?
Perhaps. Depends on which water they're going in.
These, to be exact.
to swim around in Yarmouth?
Yes. See, we can't leave them on the boat on account of there's apparently like dangerous things happening all the time at your security checkpoint, and so we were advised that we should really bring them with us. And plus, they really like adventuring. I'm sure they would love to see your beautiful city.
Ah. Yes, I can help you out, but I don't believe it's the breathing we have trouble with. It's the pressure. Would you like something for that too?
Yes, please.
It's a little pricier.
But if we don't, they won't be able to breathe anyway because their heads will just implode.
Good call. Let me see what I have. He's going to swim around the room and just kind of grab some things, kind of bring it down to the table, and he's going to bring a lot of bottles down in his arms. There's going to be 10 jars. He's going to describe that the light blue jars that seem to be shaking, those they could breathe underwater, but that is merely for 2 hours.
Okay.
They have to down the whole thing.
Okay.
The tall red ones that's in a rectangular prism standing up that seems to be disappearing and reappearing. Don't be alarmed, that's normal. They have to drink that in one sitting, and then they can stand extreme pressure. It will also help them, in case anybody wants to hit them. Won't hurt that much.
That's nifty. How long does that one last?
That would only last an hour.
Okay, so... Okay. Okay, got it. I'll take them all.
Okay, that's going to run you... 70 gold pieces. Seems fair. Oh, not what you expected?
It's just that I don't have quite that many, and I can't save some of them and not all of them.
Do you have favorites?
Maybe. She's gonna fish around in her bag of holding and find some sort of like first edition of an almanac of magical items or something like that. And she's gonna pull it out of the bag and say, "Would you be willing to trade?"
Ooh. Roll me a chance die.
What does that mean?
Just roll a D100 or 2 D10s.
Oh, right.
I'm
71.
Ooh, okay. I was saying what are the odds are that it's such a good book, so well decorated, and that he would particularly want this book. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Ooh, where did this come from?
Oh, my personal library.
Where did you stumble across this? Ooh.
A magician never reveals their secret.
Yes. I'll give you the potions for 25 gold. And the book.
Done.
Go easy. Here you go. He's going to put it in a little basket. Alakazam. Just kidding. It's just a basket. There you go. Tell your friends to come to Thalassor.
Thalassor. Got it. Bye.
All right. He's going to wave as you run on.
Woo.
Minus 2 pounds from your inventory. From your bag of holding.
I was like, wow.
Mm.
European money systems now? What?
All right.
I'm heading back up to the checkpoint to take them the stuff.
Okay, cool. And other than where were you going, Mizu?
Mizu was originally following behind Vinfira towards the bar, but when you said that you had to go through the market to get to the bar, that she definitely got distracted, and now she's perusing the market, like in a very, very, very slow hurry to get to the other two, taking her time.
Okay, so what are you looking for in these streets?
But she's kind of window shopping, not really looking for anything in particular, but anything that she sees that she would think is beautiful, like art, jewelry, culture, anything, things like that is the type of things that she wants to purchase and bring home from these other places.
Well, there is a large, what we would imagine as stereotypical princessy mermaid called Neptuna Boutique. It says that they sell enchanted seashells and jewelry. Tritons visit to acquire unique magical items. And it says in store right now is Neptuna Current Dancer.
Okay, she's gonna go in.
Okay, so there is this Triton lady who's adorned in like almost like Bollywood jewels around her. This huge skirt that's got like little beads and pearls on it that kind of floats in the water. It's almost like she moves her legs so the bottom half of her looks like this graceful like jellyfish almost as she's doing things around the room. There is a big structure on the wall full of different magical trinkets that are very small with a glowing white light behind them, so it has very like pristine Purse on Fifth Avenue vibes to the store. And she sees you walk in. There are a couple mannequins floating in the air that seem to be staying in the same spot, and the different jewelry on them is moving and flowing. And she kind of floats up to you, and she's got long red hair that kind of comes down and sits along her shoulder. That kind of chills there. Hello, welcome. How may I help you?
Hi, and as herself, her hand sticks out. Princess Mizumito of the Azirian Kingdom. It's so nice to meet you.
Princess from Azir.
Absolutely, Princess Mizumito.
Your Majesty. And she kind of bows to you in the water and kind of does like a light flip forward. I'm so happy that there is a princess in my store. What brings you from the kingdom? You must have bodyguards everywhere.
Well, I have a few, but my sisters are still working on getting them from up top in the air and bringing them down here to underwater. But I just am so interested in the different culture of all these places that I visit, and so of course I couldn't leave without coming by to see some of your beautiful jewelry.
Well, have a look around. If you have any questions, please just call for me and I will help you as soon as I can figure out things. I'm sorry, I'm kind of nervous. Princess in my store.
No reason to be nervous. Thank you for your hospitality. And she'll curtsy and then like walk away to looking around.
You're kind of in your element again.
Of course. If you don't have a good reputation with the people, then you don't have a good reputation at all.
Okay, so what are you looking for specifically?
Probably some pretty jewelry, necklaces and rings and earrings and bracelets, anything like that. She is always decked out in like multiple layers of necklaces and bracelets. All of her fingers have rings on them already. Like some, she even has a few different rings on each finger. And her ears are covered in piercings, so she's always looking for new jewelry to change out to go with her outfits.
So a lot of Neptuna's specializes in glowing bioluminescent jewelry. So there is, I imagine your eyes always caught to whatever's the best first, and then you can work your way down. So there is a huge display. It seems there's not really any jewelry or clothing or anything near it, and it's kind of up on this pedestal. And it's this woman with like 8 arms that are kind of out like this, all separated, and completely topless with this large, and almost like you took one big bioluminescent stone and broke it into pieces, and they're all connected through this glowing chain down them, and they come to about a belly button as she stands there with them on. And there seems to be 2 big eels, electric eels, guarding the jewelry, just kind of slithering around and looking at you for even noticing them. And as they like see you take a step forward, they get kind of close to the jewelry, and it just shines all the way down.
Oh, that's definitely going to catch her attention. So she's going to turn back and go, this one here, tell me a little bit about this one.
Oh, that one's a brand new one to the store. They found this radiating siren stone down at the trenches, deep down below. They really didn't have a name for it yet. It's kind of unknown, so we're calling it the mystery right now.
I like the sound of that.
Unfortunately, though, until it's been analyzed, we're not selling it at the moment. We're just trying to pique some interest right now before we really know what we're dealing with. So we couldn't even price it right now. It's priceless.
Wow, not even for a princess of the Azirian kingdom. I'm sure there's some sort of deal we could work out. I mean, my specialty in the kingdom is actually working with a lot of local businesses like our jewelers in town. Doing PR for them and modeling their jewelry for them. Absolutely be something that maybe we could work out together. If we could come with a deal, maybe a sort of a collaboration, or I can see as much of a, second store opening up in Azir. If you can entertain the thought of that, what do you think?
Persuasion check.
That was a 14, but I really fucking want this shit, so I'm gonna use Dark One's own luck and add a d10 to that.
Nice.
So that's gonna turn it to an 18.
It would be really cool to blend the Azirian kingdom and Jahmith. You've kind of got me between a glowing rock and a hard place here.
Come on, name your price. I mean, this is a deal you can't pass up.
It's okay. I think it's a brilliant idea. For your safety, I must warn you that we don't really know what it does, but it seems magical. So, we don't want to send you away to the Azirian kingdom with something that could potentially be dangerous. I think we could write up something because I think this could be good business for us, but as long as you're okay with taking on the risk, we just want to make sure we're not liable and we're not bringing harm on a princess.
Absolutely. I have a ton of people who specialize in things like this. I'll get them to take a look at it first before, I decide to wear it to any crazy parties or anything like that.
Okay, well, can you come back in, say, 20 minutes so I can arrange a painter to capture the moment?
Absolutely. I think that's, perfect amount of time for me to step down the road, check on my sisters at the tavern, and meet back up here with you.
Okay, she's going to say thank you, and she's going to take off to start working on some paperwork and get a painter, and said she'll see you in 20 minutes.
And Mizu's going to do exactly what she said and go to meet up with Celia and Vinfira.
Okay, before you walk into the tavern, Seer has been walking out into the streets, into the housing where there's not really a festival going on. What are you looking for, Seer?
Just kind of cloaked in shadows and silence as she's cast Pass Without Trace, she's been taught to use the most caution when dealing with this, but she's headed to the Hall of Heroes to go to a meeting. To go to the meeting. She's got to go to Credo Dorson. So she's headed that way.
All right.
Dang it. I was going to follow you to that meeting.
Who knows how long it'll last. So it's
Like,
very
you guys run off
close.
first, and I'm like, oh, this worked out pretty well. Like, I'm just gonna...
From where you landed in the Cedo Gardens.
Oh, you muted.
From where you landed in the Cedo Gardens, there is a sign because it's right next door. It's literally right beside you. It is a kind of a worship spot that's kind of connected to the market too. It's a remembering of great fallen heroes. You walk down the street. It's kind of ominous. There are gifts and candles, magical candles. But there's lots. It's almost like the offerings have rotted or molded or just turned over the years, lost its color because so much has been packed on. This is really a place of sadness where as you just feel that immense. There's no lights on here. It's just the light from the outside, the light glow. It feels like maybe something to do with their culture. If this is their memorial, they cope continuously in this depressed sadness that looms in the air. So the statues are all the heroes with frowns and with, exhausted faces and laid down weapons and taking a knee, removing backpacks. And it's maybe 4 or 5 rooms just of these statues. And as you walk through these heroes, you see being nameplates, and it shows little icons where you realize all the buildings in Jahmith are named after a great hero. They must take heroes very seriously in Jahmith. But there's nothing going on in here. It's an empty museum of you.
She's kind of looking around, and she just feels like she looks like a kid in the museum. She just feels very like annoyed by the fact that she's there. She's like rolling her eyes, and she's like, "This is what some people live for. To be remembered as a statue on a wall or a building. But that's what we do, I guess." She kind of like is going through the names, kind of like saying them in her head, and then she gets to Gregor the Unruly. She stops. She looks at him. She goes, "Remember the first time I came here? Mom always said, behind all great heroes," she goes, and she kind of like perks up, "there's the people who actually get things done." And she reaches around, and she like feels for the lever, pulls it. She's like, "All right, here we go." And she passes out Trace. And she starts to walk into this little entrance tunnel thing that opens up.
The statue slides over into the stairwell that leads into darkness.
Kind of blinks her eyes so her dark vision can start to kick in. Takes a deep breath. And she's like, "All right. Remember what Mom always said. You're a queen in the making." And she cast enhance ability on herself to give herself advantage on charisma checks, so she can make sure she says the right things in this place. And she walks into the darkness until she gets to the checkpoint, I guess is the easiest way to say it, I guess.
So you walk down these steps into a flat hallway that goes forward. As you continue to walk, it seems like the hallway continues to go on and on and on forever. Until you just realize exactly what this latest protection trick is, and you say a simple phrase. What is your phrase?
Actually, it's a little figure that she has to draw.
Oh,
and
yeah,
she
that's
kind
right.
of she kind of stops. She goes, "Ugh, okay, I hate always changing things." And she kind of just holds her hand up and outlines this shape, and it kind of like hovers there for a moment, almost like the mites kind of like linger behind her as she's like tracing it with her magic, and then it glows a little bit, and she puts in her Credo Dorson symbol.
The hallway comes towards you until it's a doorway. So you realize it's actually just an archway looking into the darkness. And as the archway gets to you, the darkness becomes light as you see into this large circular room. The hallway moves past you. The room moves past you until you're in the center of the room and looking out at these smooth white sphere walls around you. This room seems to be a perfect sphere, before slowly it starts to morph into these solid ruins. Ruin forms a chair. Another ruin kind of crumbles into existence, forms a chair. Seems like the side of the walls are forming these. And at the same time, the ceiling is kind of collapsing slowly into this marble dome that lets out this big hole where this must be artificial light comes through, just kind of illuminates you in the center of this room. Slowly, these figures come into view at the chair, and right in front of you, "Hello, sweetheart." Your mother appears.
As requested, she kind of kneels.
"What an adventure you have had so far. You want to tell me about it?"
She kind of takes a deep breath. She kind of reaches into her little outfit, kind of pulls out a piece of paper. Seer Goth, report. Olivine is dead. Duh. I'm sure you all know that. However, I have been running into some of his lingering influence. Sharkfoot Island had some insurgents who still pledged loyalty to him. They've been dealt with. And speaking of Sharkfoot Island, second update, they are no longer blessed by the graces of Fury. We broke that. But we did replace it with what some might call the grace of the princesses. I call it that. And we have fixed that problem, and they are currently being restabilized. So no big to do there. In more political news, we also have renegotiated with Thadrin. He's getting a little bit big for his britches, some might say, but to each their own. I understand he has the jellyfishes and all that, but we can only let him push so far before some people with their big monsters just think they can do whatever they want, but that's just my humble opinion. She kind of forces a smile. We have visited the Isle of Red. There was a dragon there. While I know technically endangered and not to be dealt with, we were attacked first. I did announce myself and try to resolve that situation. However, it did not go in the dragon's favor, and that dragon is no longer alive. So that land open for expansion if needed. Oh yes, there's a I don't want to use the word curse, illness perhaps, but I'm calling it the bloating plague. It's making, well, I thought just people, but it seems there have been citizens of Azir, also Sharkfoot Island, and also some wildlife that have been affected by some sort of mysterious thing that is making people bloat, die, and it's kind of just really
have
nasty.
major updates on that one.
Awesome.
We will let's save
Great.
that for last.
Awesome. And then the final thing is, my sister has found herself in relations with a certain demonic deity who's looking for a book for the god Bruntoro. All seems to be going well. The entity doesn't seem to be all too bright, so it seems that we may be able to use his power for our advantage. And of course, Mizu is fiercely loyal to Azir, so we have that going for us as well. But I think that is... She kind of stands there. That's all I've got. Do I get to know why I'm here now?
Well, we have about 5 minutes before the rest of them get here. Wow.
Yeah, it's been really busy.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
Hard work. Thank you.
Is it Mizu? Mizu's the one with the demon.
You know I can't lie, but I also don't need to answer that question.
Well, Thadrin, no slight on you guys, but that should have been an easy job anyways. I don't know why your father sent you to do it.
We should just kill him, but it's fine. It's fine.
Do not say that in these sacred halls. He's an ally.
Sorry, we should just neutralize that potential threat.
Right. Where are your sisters now?
We got sent here with a ship, and they're kind of dealing with that. We saved some people, and they're being princesses. It's going pretty well, all considering. So that's good.
Whatever you're doing, it's working. Okay. Immediately after you all left, exactly what we thought was going to happen. I'll tell you later why. Your clones were assassinated. Now, we were just trying to get you out. We didn't have time to figure out how we were going to convince everyone that you would come back if we were sending you away. Did we want to stay with the idea that you were dead forever? No, that would break the kingdom. That would break the trust of the people. So, we were going to formulate a plan, but lo and behold, the stories came from Sharkfoot Island. That there were colossal princesses of Azir who took on Saphiri and an evil ruler. So, once again, you're heroes in the kingdom, so thank you for that. Your father is very proud. Very proud indeed.
In my defense, we won.
No, I'm saying it's a good thing. The people now believe whatever happened to the princesses was not real, and now they are on alert. And everything worked out.
Oh, okay. Well, then great.
I know your father was wanting to make her part of the order, and I said absolutely not. No.
I'm glad you guys figured that one out before things got crazy. Otherwise...
Okay, they're gonna be here any moment. We're gonna get serious. Seer, this is really bad. And I'm gonna tell you up front, we don't have an answer. And whenever you get to land, the order is going to rely on you all.
Needless to say, I've kind of gathered as much. I really just would like to be in the know. Also, that's all for now. We can talk later.
Okay.
He sets herself.
As you see figures start to, turn into form underwater, we cut to swimming out of the portal outside is Arista landing back on that platform at the top.
Okay. She's gonna, I guess, scramble up to the boat. Unless they can stay on the platform. Can they stand on the platform?
They went back to the boat.
Okay. Then I'm gonna scramble up to the boat and go find them.
Yep.
I have returned! And I have things for you. Take all of this one here, and she's gonna hand them the blue breathy ones.
Okay.
Take them all now, and then we'll go down. And as you're going down the slide, drink this one. She hands them all a red one.
Okay.
You'll have 1 hour to be in Jahmith. And then at the end of 1 hour, you need to get higher. You don't have to surface, but you have to go up. Got it?
Sounds good. Julius is going to pull out of the bag that they brought on their magic item search adventure a small golden trinket. Maybe it's like fake gold, but it's got this vial inside, almost like an hourglass that sends liquid down, and he kind of flips it to test it, and it lets off this high-pitched buzz that kind of hurts his ears. Flips it back and captures it so it stays in the spot and puts it in his pocket. Got it.
Great. Here we go.
Okay, they're all going to jump back into the portal. Mizu pops into the tavern.
She's not really gonna make a scene or anything. She's just gonna open the door and walk over to where Celia and Vampira are and kind of just nuzzle her way up to the bar to get a drink as well.
I will say Arista is taking them straight there, so whatever time.
To the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you come in too.
She knew that's where her sisters were going.
Yeah, you all reunite at the tavern except for Seer. The fish come by, and it's going to be one gold shell per drink. So if you want to buy anything, just let me know.
Vampira,
Mizu's gonna get one.
Where's Seer?
Wasn't she with you?
No.
Maybe she got lost. There's a lot of stuff going on. Could happen to anybody.
If anybody's going to make it through a random city unscathed, it's going to be her.
I think that it would be me, but
You're definitely first, and Seer is an extremely, very, very, very close second.
Okay, maybe a little bit further than you're thinking, but I'm glad that I'm
They bicker and turn their attentions back to their drinks. Arista sneaking out of that tavern.
Okay.
Vampira does not even notice. She's too busy bickering with Celia about nonsense.
Mizu's ignoring them and sipping from her straw out of her drink at the bar.
As the festival rages on, we see Arista going past the market, looking through the streets, looping around, looking for Seer. We also see Seer standing in this light in this big room where all these different figures pop up. You see a shark folk. You see a triton. You see Mama. You see a merfolk. And we're going to fade there and come back for episode 15 next time.
Nice.
Feels like a good cliffhanger.
Yeah, it does.
All right, cool. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button.
Go visit our Patreon.
Yeah.
Follow us on TikTok.
Check us out on social media. We're there.
I'm back on Friday.
Yep, come back on Friday. For Into the Expanse. Thank you, everybody, for playing. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.